Oh, what's up, kids? All right, Sarah asked a good question. I am out here today taking a little bit of time off, but also had a client meeting here at a local park, and I freaking love getting to get out with clients right now. I think part of this whole, Sarah, getting to your question, why Mastermind versus virtual courses, great question. There's actually a building process here for that too, Sarah, so really good question. We'll dive in deep on that. But this whole thing of, living in the pandemic life, just before we dive into the real topic here, is given me a chance to get outside a lot more. I don't know about you guys, but man, just getting outside. It's 75 degrees right now here in Memphis. And I mean, it's just a chance to live, right? And so we've actually started scheduling our client meetings at really cool outdoor spaces around our community. And I think that's been really, really fun. And it could be outside on the porch at Starbucks, or it could be a place like this that's just really over the top cool. Like this is a local park area here in Memphis that's just gorgeous. You can see behind me. And there's so many ways you can do this in your own community as you're growing. And I would really encourage you guys, what's up, Adam? I would really encourage you guys to absolutely get out and be as active as you can in the spaces around you, right? I mean, there's just so much we can do to be out and be active and build our communities again. So anyway, enough about that. Great chance to see clients today and great chance to be out here. So Sarah, your question, really good one. Thanks for walking with me, guys. I'm trying to get across the park here because I have another client meeting coming up, but it's on Zoom, so just getting to a better location out of the wind. The question you got there, Sarah, is a good one. Why did we choose to build a mastermind versus an online course? Adam, hey man. Amen to the outside. I know, right? I almost rode my bike actually today to this client meeting just as a chance to get a little more outside time. So Sarah, again, back to your question. Why did we choose to build a mastermind versus an online course? What was the logic behind that? So let me kind of give you a little backstory here. I've tried building online courses in the past and struggled with that, all right? Some people have done it very, very well. It did not click super fast for me in my marketing. And that evidently is a pretty normal thing. There's a lot of courses and a lot of places you can go to buy, how to build an online course, how to build an e-course, how to structure it, how to sell it, how to market it, how to build a landing page for it, how to do all the things you got to do to have an online course. And some people have a lot of success with that. But when I've looked at the data and learned from a lot of other experts is that's actually a pretty rare thing to succeed at right off the bat. What's up, Tim? Awesome to see you, dude. It's a pretty rare thing to succeed immediately off of building an online course. And unfortunately, that's not what we all hear when we're seeing the marketing of how to build an online course. So I actually tried to launch and build 5 different online courses over the course of about 5 years, and really failed doing that. We've been able to work, just even more backstory, my Done For You agency, we work a lot with surgeons and subspecialty medical groups, and it's given me a lot of time freedom and a lot of income freedom. So I'm saying that to say, I've had a lot of time and a lot of money to spend while trying to build an online course, and I've, even with all of the resources, still failed 5 times doing it over the course of 5 years. I literally spent a month in the Caribbean on an island with my family about 5 years ago trying the first, and I thought, I'm just gonna pull away, I'm gonna spend a month, we're gonna crush this thing, get it all done, spend the money, run the ads, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, total failure. So Sarah, the answer to your question of why we build a mastermind instead of an online course is, well, we actually did both. We have an online course that talks a lot about the same topics we talk about in our mastermind at a lower price, obviously, with not a lot of group connection, not all the same things. But the thing is, the mastermind, if you build a mastermind, Sarah, your mastermind pays you to actually build the online course. Dakota, what's up? Your mastermind actually, if you run and build and market an online mastermind, it's a high ticket mastermind, meaning $5,000 or more per seat. Your mastermind actually pays you to build the online course. It's the coolest thing ever. So as you're teaching your mastermind, you're recording that content, right? And you can repurpose that and reuse it for an online course. But the coolest thing about this is having an online course and recording your material and getting an outline together and putting everything you know in some sequential pattern and trying to teach that. the magic of that is not taking what you know. Andrew, what's up, dude? Great to see you. The magic of that, happy Friday to you too. The magic of that is not taking what you know and delivering it in a digital format. The magic of it is actually two different things. It's knowing how to sell that online course and knowing what the people in your online course actually want to consume, the content they want. And by the way, those things are kind of nuanced. Let me explain. Tim, you say, I'm in the process of marketing an online course now. Well, good, dude. Glad you're tuning in, because this will be relevant and helpful, I hope, for you. So the thing is that when you're building an online course in a vacuum, which is what I had done originally, it got problematic because I didn't know two things. One, I knew so much about what I knew. I knew my own world, I knew my own market, and I knew what I wanted to teach and my expertise. But it turns out that I know, and Tim, maybe you know, way more than you think you do. And the level of information you've got and the things that you can present, the way you can share the information, the questions you don't have anymore because you're an expert now, those things are actually getting in your way. So we try to build an online course and we try to do these things and try to share everything, but we realize, oh my gosh, the questions that we used to have, we don't have anymore. So we're actually not teaching what's really relevant to a beginner. And so having a high ticket paid mastermind, Tim, in your case, or Sarah, person who asked this question, having a high ticket paid mastermind allows you to teach in a live setting. And I'm not talking a beta group. I'm not talking have an online course and call it a beta group. I'm saying open up a mastermind and teach and help people learn. They're gonna ask questions in the Q&A sections of that mastermind week after week as you're teaching them, and you're gonna realize, oh wow, these people actually have a whole different set of questions than I thought they had. And that set of questions is really, really insightful to you because it helps you understand what they actually need to know about, which means the things you're gonna talk about on your landing page for your online course or in a webinar or whatever it is that's in your online course, all those things get influenced by the teaching and training you get to do in a real mastermind. That is critical. All right, the other piece is the sales process. Selling an online e-course, Sarah, to answer your question why we choose the other one, here's the other reason. Selling an online e-course is expensive and it takes an enormous amount of trial and error. And again, as a guy who's failed 5 different times doing that, by the way, now we're getting more successful at it because we have a mastermind, because it's influenced the way we sell. But just selling in a vacuum and building a landing page and trying to funnel hack somebody else's system and trying to run ads, build a funnel, copy a webinar, and do all the stuff that we've been taught to do as marketers, learning off of what someone else did to succeed. Actually, they're successful in their market because they're teaching with their voice, their personality, who they are. No one should try to be me, and I shouldn't try to be anybody else. We connect to people that we connect with for a reason. It's just chemistry, right? And yeah, there's some marketing patterns we can use, but ultimately you're gonna be successful reaching out to a market that you reach out to because they like you, all right? And learning how to be the person you are and be that in public is an important part of having a mastermind. It's also a very important part of having an online course. The problem is when you're building an online course, you're doing it alone. You're in a vacuum. When you're selling an online course, you're doing it alone, you're in a vacuum. You're running ads, you're going out there and mentioning it in Facebook groups or whatever you're doing, getting on a podcast talking about it. But when you can actually bring people into a setting where you can build real time to talk to real people and ask them to join a real mastermind, they pay you for the advice. You get to teach it, you get to train it, you get to record it, you get to build an online course, and in the process, you're learning exactly why people want to buy from you, why people want the information, and it helps you actually make decisions about how you should market your online course. So, as someone who's tried and failed the online course thing, again, 5 times before I had a mastermind, over the course of 5 years, and talking to so many other peers of mine who have masterminds and have successful online courses. Most of the people I know who have successful online courses, they didn't actually start their online course process by just launching an online course. So I'm scooting over here, guys, so I can get you out of the wind. I think your mic might be buzzing a little bit. They actually started by teaching live. They had an existing audience, an existing platform. And they actually got traction before the online course. Every now and then somebody does get traction right away with an online course. but it's kind of the one in a million. It's the Taylor Swift going to Nashville with a guitar and handing out her little CD copies all the time. Yeah, it's a cool story, but it just doesn't happen most of the time. I've got tons of friends who've tried to be in Hollywood or try to be in the music scene in Nashville, and you know, it's so rare for somebody to make it that way. Bottom line is, have a market, learn how to influence them, start reaching out to people, build a mastermind, start something where you can actually interact while you're teaching and while you're selling with real people in a real process. That's what informs the sales cycle and the content structure of a successful online course. Sarah, that is a really long answer. Does anybody have any questions about this whole marketing, selling, building an online e-course and or mastermind? Feel free to just go for it. Let me know you have a question, pop it up. I'll answer it. I got a few minutes here. I can go until the hour mark, until like the top of the hour for this one. So don't mind asking questions at all. So I'll hang around and keep talking until your questions come up if you have any. Sarah, I know it's a long answer, but I want to really emphasize one more point to the why we built a mastermind first. Pure economic reasons, right? We like getting paid. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody in this group is a marketer, a coach, a consultant, somebody who's influencing their clients and influencing the clients of their clients, helping you with branding, all that kind of stuff. There's so many things that all of us in this Facebook group right here are doing. We all do this for a living, right? There's nothing at all wrong with that. The cool thing about having a mastermind is when you have your very first mastermind, you can start that in a way that's like $5,000 to $10,000 per mastermind seat as an entry-level starting point, all right? When we teach our mastermind process, we tell everybody you should at least start with a $5,000 mastermind seat. The cool thing about that is if you only get 5 people in your mastermind, you just cashed in on $25,000 of highly profitable cash sitting there for you. It doesn't cost a lot to run a mastermind, and you can sell it at that level. You're getting paid to teach, paid for your expertise, paid to train, and you're getting paid to build an online course. It happens automatically. You just record the content, pay attention to the sales process, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh my gosh, the light bulbs are going off. I see how to sell this. Richard, cool. Richard, beginners are often left in the dust when it comes to their possibilities online. Yep. On a scale of 1 to 10 as an expert in any field allows you the chance to teach those who are behind you and to learn from those who are ahead of you, absolutely, as you can improve and enhance your knowledge. P.S. I'd rather go solid in on a chosen direction than big and be authentic to who I am and what I help people with. Good idea. Start the mastermind, communicate, grow, solve problems. Yes, Richard, 100% with you there, dude. Man, go big. Tim, I see your comment here too. Richard, one more point there that you're bringing up. Going big and being authentic with who you really are and just getting after it and building that mastermind and letting that influence the process. The big hindrance a lot of people have is like, oh my gosh, I was gonna charge like $299 for my e-course and you want me to charge $5,000 for a mastermind? Yeah, because guys, the market you're serving, there are people in your market who are totally willing to pay you $50,000 for your knowledge base. You're not selling them based on what you think is the right amount, based on your budget, your pain point financially. Don't sell that way. You're selling them based on the value you're bringing to them. You're gonna change their life. You're gonna change their business. You're gonna help them really learn and accomplish something. That's the value. What's that worth? If they take what you're doing and they execute on it for 12 months, what kind of value is it gonna bring to them? Charge them based on that. And that will help you get past the price point thing there. Michael, hey dude, what's up, man? Great to see you. Tim, your comment or question here. Tim, my challenge is the audience for this new course is different than it's been in the past. The course is a combination of recorded and live Q&As. Any tips on best way to market to a new audience? Tim, if you can clarify, you may not want to share your audience if you're worried about people hacking it while we're here in the group. I don't think this group is wired that way. We're pretty careful about that kind of stuff here. If you can give me some more information, that's great. You say the challenge is the audience. By the way, the live and recorded model, I love that model. People definitely There's a definite fall off in learning. The high ticket, high value mastermind, where there's a small group of people that are working together with a coach, consultant, guide them through a process. They work together for the live trainings, live Q&As, all of that, and then it goes into Q&A, and then there's recorded they can watch later. That's the highest value of transformation. Then we get into courses where it's pre-recorded and there's live Q&A, so you watch some stuff during the week, and then once a week you have Q&A or whatever. That's a fantastic next step that's a little bit less transformational, but a much easier price point for people to grasp, right? And then the third is where people just watch it and there's really no interaction with the host in any way, and that's the lowest form of transformative teaching. So I love that. And Tim, yeah, you bet, Richard, gotta run, thanks, dude, see ya, have a great weekend. Tim, the other thing is about attracting a new audience. Tim, you know what I would do is I would build, if you don't already have a grasp of this new audience, you don't have a list. I'm assuming you're saying that. If you want to clarify, you can. If you don't already have a list or a big thing you can go into and sell this mastermind or online course, I would be generating a Facebook group. I know we all fuss about Facebook groups. There's too many of them, and some of them are just kind of hacky and selly and aren't fun to be in. But dude, just build a real authentic Facebook group and invite people that are in your ideal market segment, and invite them into your Facebook group and build value and be real and be honest and help them for free. And then you'll be surprised how many of them will actually want to take that farther and go on with you into a deeper relationship and a deeper level of training and teaching. It's super easy to do. Facebook groups are free, and Facebook, as much as we all love it and hate it in some ways, you know, Facebook is really, really good at categorizing and finding very specific people for you. They make it really easy to find people. So I would have your own group that you can influence and your own group that you can really speak into, and start that way. All right, Andrew. Let's see, Andrew. Oh, Tim, love Facebook group idea. Cool. Yeah, good, Tim. I'm glad that's relevant for you. Andrew, this gives me some great ideas. I'll see if I can create a mastermind for my clients, those looking to take the DIY route in establishing an online presence. Yeah, Andrew, fantastic point there. 25 to 35% of mastermind participants want to not only pay you a lot of money to learn and be part of your community, but when you're done teaching them exactly how to do everything, 25 to 35% of them still want you to do it for them. What? That's so amazing. They still want you to do it for them. So you can do the mastermind for the folks who are more DIY oriented, and 25 or 35% of them will still work with you if you have a done-for-you service and an agency that supports that. They'll still do it for you. It's a great way to actually bring in clients for your done-for-you service. Michael, how do I keep the starting a mastermind simple? Am I overcomplicating master? Yeah, Michael, me too. Michael, good question. Super simple way to do this. One, if that's you, anybody, Michael, you, anybody else, if that is you, please reach out. We have so much material here in the Facebook group for free, or if you want to join one of our groups, we'll literally show you how to build a mastermind. We do this in about 8 weeks. Our process is 8 to 10 weeks, depending on the group member. Most people make $25,000 or more in their first 4 to 6 weeks if you build a mastermind properly. And this is not rocket science, guys. This is not any big magic secrets. It's just mechanics. It's just simply figuring out how to market to a non-started organic market where you don't have to run ads, getting them in a process where they can communicate with you, building trust, and inviting them to join your process. It's really, really simple. Anybody can do it. All you need to be is a couple of things. One, an expert in what you do. You need to know what you do, right? And two, you need to be okay with being on camera and explaining what you do, all right? You don't have to be fancy at building slides. You don't have to, it's not hard. You just simply gotta know what you do and like talking about it. If you know what you do well and you like talking about it, you can have an online course or a mastermind. It's really, really easy. It's one of the most fun things I get to do too. Andrew, that's awesome. My next, let's see, oh, I missed one, sorry. Tim, yep, okay, got you, Tim. Andrew, that's my next cue, the current Facebook group I have for my chiropractors. I assume I would offer a mastermind as the next step. Yeah, so Andrew, since you're a chiropractic market, I think having a Facebook group for chiropractors, anybody can use the same example. Laura, you're not kidding, so great. Laura, great to see you. Anybody can do this. Laura's building a mastermind right now, and I can't wait to see that thing take off. She's just crushing it. Laura's an expert, and she's freaking awesome on camera. She's gonna be amazing. Andrew, so yeah, in chiropractor world or anybody else who's got the same idea, any niche you want to go into, if you got a done-for-you service or you like teaching and helping people with a DIY, here's a simple pattern to follow. Build a Facebook group and invite only that kind of people in. So in Andrew's example, he could build a Facebook group and he just title it Marketing for Chiropractors, Chiropractor DIY Marketers, something like that, you know? Attracting chiropractors into that group and teaching them how to market their own businesses. Again, anybody can do this. Pick your niche, just follow this pattern. It's super easy. So I'm gonna build a Facebook group. Andrew's it's gonna be Chiropractor DIY Marketing, okay? Then he's gonna go out and invite a bunch of chiropractors to join his group. Hey, we got this cool group. We're talking about marketing. We'll show you how to do it. They love that stuff. Chiropractors are so DIY. Dentists are the same way, by the way. We used to work with chiropractors and dentists a ton. They love the DIY thing. They have time. They sit in their offices between patients. They Google how to do stuff. They're in there like trying to figure out how to build a car and build their own house and market their own business. They're getting into all kind of trouble, all right? So they would love that. Get them in there, start teaching them how to do it in Facebook, and then start building relationships. And you'll be surprised how many of those will either want to do one of two things. They'll want to join some kind of paid program you have that meets every week or something to show them how to market in a structured format, or they'll want you to do it for them because they'll get bored in a few weeks and they'll just be like, oh, can you just do it for me? Inviting them in a Facebook group, then inviting them to a mid-level paid DIY type course. It's a lot more interactive, a lot more hand-holding, and then inviting them up to a done-for-you service for those that don't want to even try the DIY or that take your DIY course and then are still like, oh my gosh, this is too much work. Will you do it for me? Yes, they will. It's the coolest thing. It's actually really, really fun. So great idea, Andrew. Really great idea. Laura, I can't thank you. Oh, Laura, you're sweet. Can't thank you enough. Laura, I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me and being part of our crew. I'm just gonna go down this train real quick. The first time Laura and I talked on a phone, she had actually talked to some other folks on our team. And then Laura, you and I talked the first time. And Laura, I am standing in a public park right now. And Laura, I was right over there between those islands paddleboarding when I had that call with you. This is my location. This is the most amazing park in Memphis, Tennessee. By the way, guys, this is Shelby Farms Park here in Memphis, Tennessee. This is the largest inner city park, largest urban park in the nation. This place is freaking amazing. I just love it. I'm out here all the time, skateboarding, paddleboarding, biking, just doing my stuff. And now I'm hanging out on this stage today because it's in the shade and I like it. Okay. So, yes, Andrew, let's see. Thank you so much. Time to get back to my client project. Have a great weekend. You too, Andrew. Have a great weekend. Laura, my pleasure. You deliver love and all. Oh, you're the best, Laura. You really are. Yes, that's a great call. I know. So much fun talking to you every week now, Laura. Okay, guys. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. I don't see any more questions popping up. Remember, it's the weekend, all right? So run your brain, be strategic. We're all entrepreneurs. We can't stop thinking about doing it, but you also need to make sure you rest. Take some time off, relax a little bit, and do the stuff that you need to do to really chill and get your heart and your life back in gear, because you're important. What's going on in your head and your heart is important, and that's what makes your business move forward. It's what makes you awesome. It's what makes you attractive to your clients. It's the energy and the life inside of us that actually makes us connect to other people and makes the prospecting and the selling and all that stuff way, way easier. And I want to make sure you get rest on the weekends. We talk a lot about that, but it's so important for us to all take a little downtime and chill. Jack, awesome to see you. Hey, Chris, I have a quick one. Yes, I think I still do have a quick one, a quick second. Laura, no working. Good job. Jack, fire off your question. Let me just check the time here on my phone. I can't see the time while I'm actually on the call. But yes, Jack, tell me your question. It's gonna snow there, Laura? Oh my gosh. Hey, what time is it, by the way? Can y'all see the time? just pop me a little message of what time, wherever you are. I don't care what time zone you are. I just have to go exactly at the top of the hour because I have a client call. But I can't see the phone time while I'm on the call. So yeah, Jack, what's your question? I'll hang out and do that for sure. I don't think it's quite the top of the hour yet. So Jack, fire up that question. Oh, 9:56. Okay, Jack, you got 2 minutes. And then I would have to transition. So Jack, if your question pops up, I'm here, buddy. Boom, Jack, any nuggets for lead conversion once leads are passed onto the clients? Any nuggets for lead conversion once leads are passed on to the clients? So if you're generating leads for clients, are you talking about how to get your clients to actually close those deals? Is it coaching the clients in the sales process? I'm just making sure that I'm hearing your question right. If I'm not, Jack, and we have to go here in a sec, I will totally jump on this question on our Monday live. I don't mind doing that at all. Or Jack, yeah, I sure want to make sure I hit this question, dude. So sorry, I'm not catching on this fast. Jack, we may run out of time here. So how about this, Jack, if you can detail your question out a little bit down here in the comments, and tag me in there as well. Jack, right in the dental space. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, Jack, you're in the dental space, and yes, so you're bringing in leads. The practice answers the phone and says, hey, and you're bringing leads from the close. Yeah, Jack, we actually give our medical and dental clients a sales script. We actually train their front desk staff in a very simple sales script. One, how'd you hear about us? Because I want to know if our marketing's working right. And then we get into, how can we help you? Like they say, I have a toothache, or I need a dental implant, or I'm questioning, do you have pricing for this, or whatever. We try to give them some sales coaching and some simple sales script. That's where I'd go. Typically front desk people at medical staff are organizers. They might be nice people who are good at greeting customers, but they're not salespeople, and it takes some sales training and coaching. So I would coach them. If you have more questions about that Monday, 10 a.m. Central Monday morning, I'll be doing a live Q&A. Show up for that, and we can definitely make sure you're there. Type in some questions, and we'll answer them there. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Talk soon.